I was gonna say that it builds, kind of a caring and compassion for the little kids, because, Miss Art on Friday, we have one, her kids had to read to our kids. And like, our kids will tell them, yes, that's right, and they talk to them and all that. Well, one of hers had a meltdown because she felt like she wasn't reading good enough, and my kids were like, it's okay, it's okay. And one of my little big boys, one day, came over there and said, I'll read with you, so it'll be okay. I'll help you read it. So it builds, and then when we see them in the hall, they're so excited to see each other in the hall. So I think it's a great modeling too, like, this is how you read.
It is, and it really does help build those relationships that we ask for.
Yeah.
We want it with the students, but we also need to have student-to-student relationships. And it does help with just the entire community. All right, I think it's time. Hopefully when you came in, you did pick up some of the materials that I had for you. Some of them you should have already seen. So the calendar, I think I presented that last faculty meeting. Remember that we will start our milestone testing the Tuesday after we come back from spring break. So you have one day, and then we start up. Make sure you have that copy and you know when you're going to start testing. Next thing, you should have, and I gave this out at BST also, you've got your testing assignments in two different formats. You've got one in a table, and then Ms. Ward couldn't stand it in the table form. She gave it to you guys in a map form. So you have third and fourth assignments on one. You flip it over, you have the fifth grade assignments. So thank you for that, Ms. Ward. We do appreciate it. As you look over that, just check and see if you have any questions about it. And if there's any conflicts, if you see that, please let us know as soon as possible so that we can get that corrected. Speaking of starting out and doing some practicing on this, next Tuesday and Thursday, that will be the 21st and the 23rd, we're going to do a school-wide practice test. We're going to do it at 9 o'clock in the morning. On Tuesday, we will do 3rd grade and 4th grade together.
Tomorrow, Tuesday?
Next week, 21st and 23rd. Yes, and I want to do it like the schedule is set up. So.
With proctors and everything? Because I have a meeting on that Tuesday.
I think you have to have partners that day. If you can be in there, it would be wonderful if you are. But
The 9:30 IU.
we'll be okay without proctors that day. But if you can't make it, please do so. 9 o'clock. So, 9 o'clock. Ms. White, you said it would take probably less than an hour. Is that what you're thinking? Okay. Yeah. Because it's a set of, there's the instructions you have to read, and then there's 11 questions.
There's 11 questions for each grade level, and it's like targeted to that grade level. It's the secure content, or they'll have a ticket and everything. So it should be.
All right, any questions, Ms. Ma'am?
Will we test in our testing location?
I want you, yes, testing your testing locations, please. We will set them up. We'll get them set up. Ms. Moore brought up a good point. Gifted has a field trip on Thursday. So if you have fifth graders that would be testing, let's make sure they get into testing on Tuesday. Make sense? We've got some smaller groups in the 3rd and 4th grade. We can put the 5th graders with if we have to. Well, let's go through our mandated training. And that's the last sheet I had for you, so mandated training. Let's get started. First slide I have here, if you got a copy of it, it's probably nothing of microscope to read it, but you have a copy of it. That's the testing schedule. So the 11th and 12th is when we start out with CLA. Testing rooms and examiners. You have to hold a PSC teacher certificate in order to be the examiner. Make sure you looked over the testing plan. If you have questions, get with us, and we'll get those questions answered. And then, no sick days, none. These are here. All right, how the test is constructed. You take a look, ELA is going to be your, that's going to be the time of the day. You have 2 days of it. You have selected response, you have constructed response, you have extended response, you have extended writing response, and then you also have evidence-based writing part. Mathematics, you got everything except for the extended response, and then science, you'll have selected response, which is multiple choice, and you have your evidence-based writing, and same as social studies. Did they do evidence-based writing last year? Something new. So, 5-question ELA in section 1, it will be day 1 of testing. That'll be the extended writing prompt. You'll read 2 short passages, answer 3 multiple choice questions, and then an extended response, and then you'll have an extended writing prompt. Same structure, just a different order from last year. And just like last year, you have to complete section 1 before you move into section 2 and 3. Questions? Time limits, time frames, you have minimum and maximum times per subject. ELA, really? All right, so ELA, reading and evidence-based writing, you have a minimum of 70 minutes, maximum of 90 minutes. Now this does not include students that have accommodation in the time, but for your normal student, 70 to 90. Section 2 and 3, you have between 60 minutes minimum and 75 max. Math, section 1 and 2, 60 minimum, 85 max. Science, 45 minutes minimum and a 70-minute max, and the same thing for social studies. Scratch paper, last year, I think you guys did tickets, and you got a strip for your ticket, is that correct? Okay. This year, every ticket will be a full page. That will be sheet 1 of their scratch paper. Okay? Same paper here. You have it on all sections. Again, your first piece of scratch paper will be your test ticket. Section 1, you start with 2 sheets, so that means your ticket plus 1 sheet. Section 2, just 1 sheet, and 3, 1 sheet. Okay. Math, 2 sheets for both sections. Again, that's 1 for your ticket, and then another extra sheet. Science and social studies, 1 sheet. They can have more paper if they need it, but they have to request that. And anything, or any of their scratch paper is going to be secured and has to be turned back in. Questions?
They're signing their tickets, right?
They are going to be signing their tickets. These are things you need to make sure your kids know and understand. Through your practicing and through Ms. White's practicing, hopefully they will have all this. And make sure they know how to use those online tools. Practice. How to get through reading passages, how to turn pages. The writer's checklist. How many people have seen that writer's checklist? If you haven't, it's pretty neat. It kind of gives them a format of what they need to be looking for and what they need to do. So look through that. They know how to correctly close out a session. Because if they don't close it out, it cannot be scored. They have to close it out properly. And they will also hit submit. This year they will have multiple answer questions, meaning they will have more than 1 correct answer. Sometimes it will say circle or choose 2 correct answers. These 2 correct answers will be 3 correct answers. But it will be there and it will be in larger font. Okay. So if they haven't practiced multiple response or multiple answer questions, you need to make sure they've done that. Okay. So we'll sit on have you seen anything else the kids need to, the teachers need to worry about with their kids as far as getting them prepared?
There's a big, like, I don't know if it, so on the math part, on some of them, they have to use the equation builder and they build their equation, and then they have to explain their answer in words. Like, there's a problem there, like, they know how to get a correct answer, but they're having a problem putting it into words. Like, for one kid, she had to find the area of a rectangle, and then she had to explain how she did it. She got the right answer, but when she explained it, she said, I did the top and the bottom by the number 6, and I did the side and the side by the number 4. Well, I know what she means, but like, that's not really the correct way to explain what you did. So if y'all work on math, if you'll work on talking with them about when they have an extended response, how many sentences are appropriate. I've had a problem with some of the kids only want to give me like 2 sentences, but if they allow you 1,500 characters, we've talked about that that should be a paragraph, not just 2 sentences. And then on one of the math multi-step problems, it gave them like a scenario and it gave them a response box, and then it had a part B, but there was a sentence before the part B, and if you didn't read the sentence, you couldn't solve the problem. And so that was a problem for some of them. So that's on the experience of mine, so you'll just kind of practice that. We talked about the importance of reading everything. So that's the main thing.
All right, get your room ready. Posters, anything that might give an answer or might even give the appearance of giving an answer needs to either come down or needs to be covered. My suggestion here is to have somebody else look at your room, because you see your room every day. Have somebody else look at your room. I will try to come by and look at the test room too, but have another teacher that's not always in your room look at it to get you prepared. Electronic devices. I'm not going to read the entire statement there, but those electronic devices, that's any type of PDA, that's a cell phone, that's also smartwatches. Yes, ma'am.
And we talked about in DSC too, like with the smartwatch thing, that even needs to go through for like, if we have a lot of second graders that have them, and we're not supposed to be online at all during testing. And because that's really hard to monitor if it's on their wrist, I say if you have one in your class, take it up and just hold it until the all clear goes. Because they'll be making phone calls or buying them on Amazon.
They really should know.
Is that what Fitbit is?
No,
No.
and well, it depends on if it does, if you
I have
can
a
text
really
from it.
pretty watch. It doesn't work right now, but I know it's pretty. It doesn't need to
Do anything.
be digital.
Smartwatches is in bold because that's a newer thing, so make sure that you're looking out for that. I would go ahead and advise your kids, just don't bring them. As I said, announcements have to be made, so you need to make those announcements in your classes. If you're about to test, you need to make those announcements. There is a script, and you have to read it to your students. So what if they sneak by you and they have one?
You gotta record it.
You do have to report it. And here's the difference. If it is suspected that they used it, you are to take up the device, but they still test. Okay? They still test. You would notify me immediately that there was an electronic device out. If it is confirmed, you take it and they stop testing. Questions about that? If it is suspected, take it. We can always go back and look and see if it's been used inappropriately. But if it is confirmed, we have to stop testing the student. That goes for teachers too. Stay Stay off your devices. Just a quick moment. I think this goes without saying, but please don't take a screenshot or snapshot of any part of the test. But I just want to make sure. All right, one irregularities. Cheating, if a student is caught cheating in their school, will be invalidated. If a teacher or any staff member is involved, PSC referral will occur. The student is sick. If they get sick before they start testing, don't let them test. Get them home and they can test another day. If they get sick after completing section 1 but before section 2, they can do section 2 later. It is coded as an irregularity if we have to do that. If they get sick while they are in the middle of taking a testing session, it can be invalidated and they would have to retake. So, key here, if they feel sick, and this happened with my own daughter last year, if they feel sick when they start, it may not be the best idea for them to take. Okay. Evacuation. And this is like personal experience. Last year, we had a group that was playing basketball in the gym, and they threw a basketball, and it hit the fire alarm. And it went off during testing. Okay. So it can happen. Hopefully it won't, but it can happen. If that happens, we've got to have a plan in place. Our plan is lock the doors, keep things in, get your students out. Safety comes first, but doors have to be locked this time. No questions about it. Any questions about that? With security, you're directly responsible for that. Anytime you have the materials in your possession, you're responsible for them. Keep them locked. They can't remain in the classrooms overnight. Bring them back to the testing vault, and we'll take care of them there. And then also, if you have any more pieces, I'm going to read a couple pieces from the statement, the test security pieces for you that are a little bit more suitable to us. Look at page 2 and 10 in your testing manual, that big long book that you're going to get. So look at page 2 and 10. A couple things about it. These are actions that they will be a breach of test security. If you coach an examinee during testing, or if you alter or interfere with their responses in any way, if you give an examinee any access to any test question or prompt them prior to testing, if you make answers available to them, if you read or review test questions before, during, or after testing, that's a violation. There's no situation where we have to read a test this year, is that right? Okay. So there should be no instance of anyone having to read a test. Everybody has, if they have that accommodation in this text to speech, they have that ability. We do not have to read it. This is a big one, guys. Test or question students about the test content after the test. The students are going to want to say, guess what was on there? I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Don't tell me.
That is a big one. Fails to follow administration directions. That's obvious. Not securing everything properly. And then the last one, if you fail to report that you saw somebody else do it, that's a violation too. Guys, that's standard 11. Testing on professional standards. That's the ethics. They will take a certification. I don't want it to be anybody here. I want us to do things the right way. When you get your testing materials, you need to make sure that you have these on your test roster. Make sure it lists all the students that you're supposed to have. And then make sure that your test tickets match what's on your test roster. See how I bolded standard? It has to be standard. That means everyone should be testing the same way. That's what makes that test a standardized test. We don't vary from it. You administer it in a uniform manner and you follow directions. What you have to say is going to be in bold. you're saying, man, we gotta take a milestone. There's a difference. You don't have to be happy about it, but you should be confident about it, and don't let kids, don't stress about it. Because if you stress about it, that's gonna put that stress on those kids. Okay? We want their best effort, because you give them your best effort all year. Okay? That's it. What questions you have? Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 90 minutes of sitting still, kids are gonna get nervous, they're gonna need to go to the bathroom. How do you want us to proceed with that?
Bathroom break?
Yes.
Well, we're gonna go before we start.
Yes, we will.
Okay. Okay. We have a break in between the sections, right? Okay. You think that, you don't believe they can make it 90 minutes?
Last year I had boo-hoos and babies need to go, and we had to document the whole thing, and I just wanna make sure that we are uniform and standard on whatever you decide to do on that.
You have all monitors. We don't need to have 4 or 5 kids in the bathroom at a time.
Absolutely.
One. So, one at a time. Does that answer it?
Yep.
I'd rather it not be a
I've
revolving
never
door.
tested on the monitor before, I'm assuming, is there a call or something?
But we don't want it to be a revolving door. Make sure students do their best to evacuate what they need to
Yep.
at the time, and then we come back in. Hey, that's the best word I can think of at the time. Yes. Yeah, still keep it locked. All right, any other questions?
I just don't want to put guilty for sending the 9 minutes back.
Yes, ma'am.
Previously, we had to turn in our cell phones to use, is that still the case?
What y'all did last year? Turn them
We
in?
had a bucket.
It's a bucket on the test.
Can we leave them in your car? Not your car, but your collective car?
There's usually a card on our hall.
Third grade card. and
No,
fourth grade.
no. One person's cell.
That's a really long way away.
Yeah, it is. I'd rather leave it in the dark. I mean, I do mine as soon as.
We usually cut it off and give it to them.
And you both off the black car, we said you can turn it in with your kids, that's fine.
We usually just have
Just wait, I'll make sure you get your phone back, okay? All right.
We have been having a bucket on the cart, and teachers would put their phones in there, and they would bring the student phones to there, like usually in a Ziploc bag, you know, marked by
I
food
just,
or
I
whatever.
put a seat down the back of my experience.
All the kids' phones too?
Yeah.
Is that how you? Okay.
Just make sure the sound is turned off.
Yeah, sorry, my alarm's on.
How many cell phones are there average in a class? I don't know. I mean, I know what it is. Half?
10, 15.
Because they can put it on the bus.
We'll make sure we'll have a plan for it. All right, is there anything else I'm not addressing? You think I'm not addressing? Any other questions? Ms. Sapp just brought up another point, the point about the kids being able to read after a test. Anybody know the rule on that one? Reading after a test?
It usually tells you if they can get a big bag.
After section 2 of the,
Section 2, but not between 1 and 2.
Yeah.
After it's completely gone.
And all of it.
no. Because they're not gonna have content ready. They can still keep their little privacy piece of it. Take care of that. All right, did that address the reading part? What they can read? All right, if you think of other questions, please let me know and I'll address it. Yes,
Okay,
I would rather them have it.
okay.
They can't, if they go in, they were able to go ahead in paper pencil, right? As far as, are you talking about maybe the computer's not running as fast or something crashing or locking kids out? From my understanding, last year at the board, they had to address that at the board, is that correct? This year, they've given us the authority as far as being able to assign somebody and put somebody back in to get it started. So it should take that long. That's the plan. So that'll be a lot easier and quicker. Yes, they'll let me know. Anything else? Mr. Q, you have anything? You have anything else? All right. Yes, ma'am?
This is not testing related, but if anybody's doing Zumba after the meeting, they need to come see me, so, because right now I just